Welcome in, friends and neighbors. If I got you cut on. Got nobody behind me. I can't see nothing, of course. I should be able to. So as we're recording, says you're crooked as all get out too. Maybe I can straighten you up. Welcome in, friends and neighbors. We are out today. Got you on the chest mount. I ain't got a dang thing to talk about, but figured we'd make a YouTube video out of it. How about it? Give you $1. I think I done told you where I was headed at. I'll give you $1 if you're paying attention, and if I didn't tell you, I'll give you $1 if you guessed. It's figurative speech. I don't actually gonna give away $1. So I guess you don't have to guess. Where does I'm gonna get you a little bit of wind noise, so for today out here in September 19th. I think I'll give you adequate time enough to discern an answer. We are headed down to the tattoo shop again this year. This time we're going to see Sabrina. Going to see Sabrina, get a tattoo on my ribs. It's kind of a culmination of different things. Hard to explain. I don't know if I can explain it. I know what it means. I'm not sure if anybody else will understand it. It's kind of based off three songs and a couple of different things. It's based off 2 Pink Floyd songs, The Division Bell and The Turning Away, and it's based off the Who song, Rain on Me. So, kind of along those lines. And you'd have to look at it to understand it, and I'm not even sure if you could now. Tattoos are for the individual, not necessarily for everybody else. Smell a little bit of oil. First time I've ever smelled oil on this bike. A lot of the environment around you will influence smells, so you might think it's just you, but it may not actually be yours. Got the FedEx truck. I don't know how much y'all can see. I got y'all on my homemade chest mount. Well, part of it is my homemade chest mount. The other half is a Felking mount I got off of Amazon and stuck the two together. Seems to be holding on. I also have my skydiver camera case and a rubber band to tether them all together. So now, still, if y'all are watching this video and you go, "That's right," if y'all are watching this video, I still don't have the handlebars on, and I still don't have the turn signal fixed, and I still don't have the clutch lever put on. I got to go get a bolt for that clutch lever. It's pretty well doggone seized in there, and I'm pretty sure that it's also worn a groove in there. So the groove is what's actually, it's seized, but it's seized down into the groove, and the groove's what's actually it being seized, and the groove's actually what's holding it. If any of that made any bit of sense. I'm all for it today. Took off to go down here to get a tattoo. Winding up my tattoo journey. I think I've got 3, maybe 4 tattoos that I want to get. If I don't change my mind and get more, or just don't get those. I got to check the air in the tire, keep my does stay busted up a lot with big trucks coming down through here going back and forth to the landfill. So, but I still got to keep an eye on the tires. That front was already down to the wire marker. You sure are neglecting a lot of your bike maintenance. I'm not neglecting it. I got to save money to get it. I wasn't aware that the tire was that down that far until I started looking, and then realized, oh hell, man, it's down that far. So, gotta do that. Butterfly just flew up and hit me. Poor thing. So yeah, I'm trying this chest mount. A lot of y'all did comment on the other video I did about liking that camera angle, and I'm going to have to go back and do it when I mounted it on the tank. I got it wrote down to do it again. Haven't been on any trips this year at all, really. The bike done rolled over to 32,000 miles plus. It's got almost 32,300 miles on it now. Road kind of leveled out here, so the bike ain't kind of doing a little bit of the jig. I keep up with my bike, I do, believe it or not, and I try to do what I need to do to get it done for Lucille. Have y'all seen that new hype feature on YouTube? You can hype a video. But I try to keep my maintenance on the bike. I do what I gotta do. Got a lot of things to do. Some things don't need doing as much as the other ones. The handlebars are more for my back and more for me. Not necessarily I guess it is a necessary thing. It's because it's necessary for me, for my back. But I hope I didn't lose the phone. Still got it. It's necessary for me, but not necessarily for the bike. Well, what's going on there? They put in a trailer. Never noticed it down there before. And you know, I would like to get some different exhausts. Hopefully, those things are expensive, man. That's as much as a month's rent plus. As much as a month's rent plus. And so far, we don't have no tailgaters. Making those AI thumbnails. The oil change is going to be coming up due before long. I got stuff to do the oil change. Those maintenance videos didn't do too good, but you know, maybe somebody out there. I only ever do the maintenance videos. I'm not no mechanic by no means. I only ever do the maintenance videos. And to show people, hey, that might be scrolling through YouTube like we always do. Might be scrolling through YouTube, may have the same kind of bike I do, and maybe it'll help them out a little bit. That could be ego. I'm just trying to be helpful. That's all I ever want to be. Just be helpful. Just be helpful. So that's why I made those. Maybe whoever watches it will get some use out of it. So I learned how to do a lot of things. Back down here in Lebanon. I'll ride this road. I like riding this little road. We could talk finances for a minute because I just got something funny to tell you, and it's the truth, but it's kind of funny. It's an idiom, I guess. My finances are tighter than a duck's butt. But you're going to go get a tattoo. Yeah. We went over this more than once on these videos. I'm thinking too that after this oil change, I've always used Honda motor oil, and there was a brief period of time in there where I actually did use synthetic oil anybody's ever used Royal Purple. They do make more Royal Purple Max Cycle 4-cycle oil, which is a V-twin is a 4-cycle oil. And on a Honda motorcycle, the clutch and the motor, the transmission and the motor, rather, is all the same thing. So you don't have it like you do on other brands of motorcycles where you have a transmission and a motor. On this one, the motor transmission is all the same thing. It's all one unit, one piece. So I'm thinking that the Royal Purple motor oil, might be a good idea to try to use it. I don't know. Still think I used to use the Royal Purple on an old S10 I had. That truck drank a lot of oil, but if I put the Royal Purple in, it slowed it down a little bit. I mean, that truck had 400,000 miles on it. It was fast worn out anyway, but I tried to help it out. Weird how we get attached to stuff, man. Pretty day out here in Alabama. That's really, so I've been thinking about the Royal Purple motor oil. I do have an older SD card in there, so I don't know how well it's going to record. I had trouble once before with the SD cards, some of these older ones, just inexplicably just going and cutting off. I didn't put in the 128, I got a 64 one out. For anybody that's interested in technology. That's about the extent of my knowledge on those things. And I hope it works too, because, I stuck my dirty, greasy sausage fingers all over when I was putting it in the camera. So maybe I got it where it worked. Maybe. Trying to get my mind into the zone of laying there going to get stabbed with a couple of needles. The position you lay in is really what bothers me more than getting the tattoo. It don't really bother me, it just kind of, that's what gets to hurt. Last time I got my other set of ribs tattooed, it took 5 hours. I ended up having to go back and do it again because she couldn't finish it all in one sit down session. I'm thinking also about making this a single throttle setup. A single throttle setup on the carburetor. I'm thinking about it, because take off the push cable, keep the full cable. That push cable is a government mandated cable. For the off chance that your throttle might get stuck wide open, it's supposed to keep it from doing that. That's all it's really there for. It's supposed to keep you from having a runaway throttle. But if you don't panic and you do get a runaway throttle, if you reach up there and hit the kill switch, okay, just let it slow on down and don't just grab a handful of brake. You should be fine. But don't trust me. I'm just a bike rider. I ain't no bike riding expert. But I'm thinking about that. Everything I've read on those things, you don't need them. So it's just a piece of government regulation there. So the government mandates you have 2 throttle cables. That's 2 throttle cables right there. We can be a true hooligan.